Eternal Return has literally added the most overpowered item to date that we have ever seen. Star Fragment allows players to spawn a meteorite on top of someone's head, and that would be broken enough. But it also does true damage. It doesn't matter if this did AP or amp damage. On its own, it would be broken enough. But true damage? You gave a meteorite-based accessory true damage. Now I know what you're thinking, that characters with long CC are going to be the only ones able to use this. But A, on its own, that's still incredibly broken. And 2, you really don't need a long CC combo. Any form of CC pretty much works, and you can use it to cut off escape routes at worst. And that's not even the worst part. It's a meteorite item. Most players in solos have no problem getting 3 rare resources in a game. Do you know how easy it is? Do you know how easy it is for a squads team to get 3 meteorites? All 3 players just click the same spot on the CC target, and it's a free one-shot on any player. Let me reiterate that. A free long-distance one-shot on any character if you have a Nathapon R on your team. Do you know how hard it is to fight 2v3 in Eternal Return? Do you know how even harder it is to avoid getting one-shot by Nathapon already? Forget the E, you're still out of position if you're in the same zone as him now. Forget release Chiara, forget post-release patch Adela, forget Season 6 Lennox even. None of that compares to the monstrosity that Star Fragment has caused. But why am I so worked up? It's preseason. Isn't it a time to implement random items and have some fun with the game? Look at all the content that we've farmed up with it. You can literally spawn a meteorite on someone's head. Haha, funny, this is awesome. You're correct. And that would be awesome if as a community we had any confidence in the dev team for this game, but there's no doubt in my mind that this item wasn't implemented with full intent to be a balance item. This item came out before April Fool's Day. They could have implemented it on April Fool's Day as a hotfix, and it would have been the funniest April Fool's content that we've ever gotten from them. It would also be the first April Fool's Day content that we've gotten from them, but that's for another video. But when it's implemented to be a serious part of the game, it's a lot more concerning. I have a full playlist called Eternal Return Overpowered Characters, and none, and I mean none of the characters in their prime, not even just their current state, their prime, have compared to how broken this item is. And there's an ARIA video back from when Enad was meta in there. Name a more unbalanced item. I'll wait. We had Cladar Ring, but that just made people unkillable, and you could time it out and try again. We had Hero's Record, which comes close, video about that coming soon to the channel, but we've never had an item where you can just be punished just for existing in the same zone as another team. If Nimble Neuron is watching this, just delete the wiki page for it. Just pretend it was a Cobalt item all along. How do we not reevaluate the balance team after this? And I know, the feedback and suggestions channel probably went crazy when it was implemented. ER devs are back at it again. No one's listening to our feedback again, and most of the time, that stuff should be overlooked. But I think they're right about this one, when you could spawn a true damage meteorite on someone's head from across a zone. I'm not going to talk about how everyone needs to chill with the devs and their spamming ever again. Are we being serious right now? They're gonna make mistakes. Yeah, any game's dev team is going to make mistakes. Preseason is going to be a little unbalanced. Yeah, every gap in the season is going to be a little unbalanced. But the issue has always been the lack of counterplay and time to kill in Eternal Return. That's always been our issue with the game. And we added an item that's nearly impossible to outplay on some characters, and it one-shots. Does anyone want to play Season 9 after this? We're already getting the bare minimum in terms of content. It's an optimization angle. Does anyone want to grind rank? Leave a comment down below. Did any of y'all play with or against someone or a team with Star Fragment? Using it, I felt literally untouchable in any open area, because at worst, and at the very worst, I could just spawn it on top of my own head, and if I continued to get chased by an opponent, they were at risk of getting one shot, and I could just walk away for free. Even people who weren't playing at the time were horrified of this item. I posted a clip on my Twitter at itslevi 2 eyes and an _, and Manta was talking about how they were fearing some characters with it. Now, I'm sorry to the players I destroyed with it. I know the homie Clue is having a rough day.
What the fuck? Whoa. I didn't even realize he had that.
But if you get one shot by a falling meteorite a few games in a row, it really makes you decide how much you like Eternal Return. It really makes you decide. I know some of us are in the creator program and the partner program, but no one's making us play this game, you know? This is our game, right? This is our favorite game. Y'all really love this game? Are y'all sure after this? I'm not saying don't test out any more items in preseason, not at all. This is inevitably going to happen again too. And it was a lot of fun using it. I'm glad it was just in preseason. I wouldn't be able to try out a rant video without it. But behind it, in the research lab of Lumia Island, is a dev team that truly misses the mark. I don't really know what else to say. Good video, Levi. You screamed at a wall for 10 minutes. In terms of actuality, this item got removed after 1 day, and it wasn't that big of a deal as I made it out to be. I just wanted to try out a rant video. This is completely satire. If you enjoyed this type of video, let me know though. I got a Heroes Records to Sella video coming out soon, and I can make it in the style of a rant if you enjoyed it. It's just crazy that, as broken as Heroes Record was, it still didn't compare to Star Fragment, a long distance one-shot that does true damage and builds from a meteorite? What are we talking about? Click or tap the screen now if you want to see my full playlist of overpowered characters in Return. We'll see if I have to add to it again this preseason with the other items.